Hello and welcome back to SirKentSaid.com. Before I start this week's review, got a question for you. Do you think it's appropriate for a 50-year-old man to go see Paw Patrol in a theater full of little kitties? Like Rick James once famously said, I bet you he was down at the Y taking karate with the little kitties. If you think that's odd, reach out to Charlie at his reviews and let him know. Okay? Now, back on topic. I wanted to address the best thing the HBO Max, whatever the fuck it is, they are doing today. They recently dropped what I hope not to be the final season of Warrior, season 3. One of the very few reasons to even keep the streaming service as a whole. But let's rewind back to when some of you were not even born. Back in the very early 70s, the daughter of legendary, iconic Bruce Lee, Shannon Lee, wrote a screenplay depicting the journey of a Chinese immigrant to becoming an American citizen, struggles to racism, all of that. And she pitched it to CBS back in the day, who loved it, and back in the day paid a pretty penny for the rights to it, and immediately put slow ass David King in the goddamn lead position. A white dude who somehow studied Kung Fu. Yeah, so that shit happened. Fast forward 50 years, things have changed, things are changing for the better. Not all the way, not all of it like Zaslav and, owner of Disney dicks. But they are getting better. Minorities are getting more recognition. They're directing their lead roles. And Shannon Lee had a second shot via HBO Max and Warner Brothers to, 50 years after the fact, tell her story. And that's where the series Warrior comes from. And if you haven't seen this, you are fucking up. You're living your life wrong. And like I said, it basically tells a story of Andrew Coney, Assam, who travels to salt the Atlantic Ocean to get to 1800 San Francisco. And as soon as he steps off the boat, he is slapped in the face with the dick of white racism. That is one of the things that I enjoy about the series. It does not shy away from the brutality of racism, classism, just everything that was wrong and is wrong with America right now. It just stares it right in the damn face. Assam followed his sister across the salt. What is her name? I'm sorry. Diane Dawn, who has set herself up in San Francisco, Chinatown, or one of the lower members of a local gang in Chinatown. Now, the greatest problem with her is her ambition. Not only is she frighteningly dedicated to it and driven by it, but it has also cost her a few times in the series. So much so that once she found out that her brother had joined the local gang, opposing gang, before he was able to find her, before he even knew that she was doing this, she greenlit him being skinned by her own game. Yeah, that's some naked ass ambition right there. Another character in the series, Olivia Chang, Toy, took a more subtle approach to her position in Chinatown and basically gave the locals what they wanted. And what the locals wanted was some of that punani on the low. And she garnered power and respect from that position. I think one of the more interesting characters, I'm going to say, was Hung Lee, the actor Hung Lee, who played Wang Chao, who was, for the lack of a better description, the kingpin of Chinatown. This motherfucker had fingers in all the pies. He made deals with anybody and everybody because in his eyes, and may I say something about the style from that time, I gotta get me a suit like this. And maybe a hat. Okay, maybe not a hat. But the suit is crushing. But the art of the deal was so appealing to him that it was his driving factor, because when he made that deal, it was never Asian dude, white dude, Asian dude, black dude, Asian dude, whatever. They were equals in that moment, and it drove him to do some of the more questionable things that he did throughout the series. And finally, Tom Weston Jones, who played Richard Lee. Towards the end of the first season, we started to see that his past wouldn't allow him to brutalize the Asians the way the rest of the Irish police department did. And that history was that he actually had to kill 2 relatives because he got involved with a black woman in the South. And that's how he ended up in San Francisco, because he was running for his goddamn life. Overall, I truly love this series. I hope that where they left it off, they could have a 3 or 4 series or episode follow-up, just wrap everything up in a neat bow, and I hope they go that route. I will also add that one of the reasons I am a fan of action is going back to Andrew Coney. The fight scene, the fight choreography in this series was outstanding. This guy can do it. So how the fuck did we get this actor in G.I. Joe Snake Eyes with some of the worst action choreography I've seen, I'm going to say this, since The Expendables 4, and that's going to be my next review. Woo! We're going to get into that one. But action choreography and trusting your actors and your stunt people and giving them time to practice and all that matters. It shows in this show, which is very martial arts centered. It's a gangster series with martial arts involved. But I am definitely, you know what? I'm going to get this series a 10. I'm going to highly recommend that you get HBO Max or Max, whatever the fuck it is, and watch it just for this reason. Because the show is that good. And the fact that it comes from Shannon Lee, the daughter of the late, great, iconic Bruce Lee, you should be watching it anyway. And that's my thoughts. And I'll see you on the other side.